Planning and working with your people using tools to demonstrate trust and cooperation at all stages is one of the most effective ways to support people through the change process. The engagement loop depicts the factors which create engagement. Trust is conveyed through reciprocity of respect, accurate and timely information, being responsive to the needs of others, credibility, legitimacy, honesty, and acting with integrity. In return, cooperation will be demonstrated through active participation, ownership and accountability, motivation, a willingness to try and accept alternative views, and an openness to suggestions or change. When trust is low and both parties are not willing to cooperate, this creates disengagement and resistance. Planning how you engage with employees, customers, or the community through a change process is an important part of successful change strategy. The first step to take in understanding and planning your engagement is to identify and analyse your stakeholders. You need to understand all of the people involved, how they are related, dependencies, and impacts. A simple way of understanding the stakeholder relationships, their needs and possible opportunities to engage is through creating a stakeholder map. A basic stakeholder map can be developed by plotting the stakeholders in a matrix according to power or influence and their level of support. This way you can determine different strategies for each of the different quadrants of your audience and their communication or engagement needs. An alternative way of mapping and considering your stakeholders is to use the power, urgency, and legitimacy model. Mapping stakeholders against each aspect of the model will give you a clear view of the roles, influences, and possible expectations that will help you plan how to engage with each stakeholder group. Once you have a clear picture of all the people impacted and who you will need to engage with, you need to determine how you will approach communicating and engaging with each group. One mistake that many people make when leading change processes is that they believe communication is engagement. Communication is an important part of engagement, but it is only one part of the whole picture. Communication is about providing the right information at the right time to the people who need it. Engagement is a two-way flow of information that will impact the outcome of the change. Effective engagement starts at the top of the organisation. The values and behaviours demonstrated are reflected outwards to employees and then onwards into the community via direct clients or through intermediaries and other organisations. Information, cooperation and trust will then flow backwards towards the organisation. It is important to have a systematic approach as this flow can be interrupted at any point and distorted. You should have in place controls and mechanisms to regulate the interchange of information, feedback, and ideas. Engagement has several aspects. The first one is the purpose. Understanding the levels of impact and participation with your intended stakeholders ensures that the engagement is appropriate for the goals of your strategy. The second one is a set of guidelines around values. These should be understood by all and help you define and create a consistent approach to managing engagements. You should also have a way of evaluating your engagements, understanding who you are engaging with, what the reach has been, and what the impact will be. You should also consider channels. These are the means with which to interact with your stakeholders and deliver communication messages. These are just suggested options, but you should develop your own framework for working with your stakeholders.